This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
From what day you may find out, certain people not like me. Everyone cut us bag a thing now. Next to me I do it like Nike. But me not feel
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by the Bahamas South Island Promotion Board, BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Helena Insurance Limited, the Deposit Insurance Corporation, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, Grand Bahama News, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyros.
Dog, where you did that when they think tough. No food, clean water fi drink up. Now me and the dog, them a link up. Big truck, 20-inch rim, just a spin up.
And good afternoon and welcome to Talking Heads on Guardian Radio. This is Pearly filling in today for your boy Naughty. I got one little game to go catch on the weekend, so Naughty got me filling in every Thursday, but we flip-flop today, so you got me today. I hope everybody's doing good. It's hump day, Wednesday, halfway through the week. Had a little rain today. I thought the weather was changing. It was kind of cool last night. And then I saw some rain today, so maybe the weather's starting to change and maybe we can start warming up, cooling up, I should say, or cooling down a little bit. That'll be good. Tired. I love summer. Don't get me wrong. I love the summer, but Lord, I'm tired of the heat right now. I love the summer. Summer's my favorite. Well, Christmas, really. And then summer. But I love summer. I love just the joys of the things you can do in the summer, the beaching and all that stuff. But look forward to a little cool weather now, Look forward to Christmas. John Canoe, who in your belly? I don't know. Tell me. I look forward to that. Christmas is coming. I keep seeing these notices. Somebody had noticed out there. It's to Christmas. It's a certain amount of days. Think you should be putting up decorations yet? Somebody say November 1st they're putting the decorations up. I remember you used to, in the States, you see Thanksgiving come, and then right after Thanksgiving, Christmas decorations go up. But now I look like they're starting early. This is October too, Halloween. I hate October. Every day, all day, you hear fireworks going off. You don't know if that's real fireworks or what. It's startling sometimes that kids just. But I guess the kids are having clean fun. But yeah, Christmas is my favorite time of the year, and it's coming soon. So I don't know what we got planned for Christmas. But it should be a good Christmas. So let's see what's going on in the papers this morning. Right off the top, let's look at the headlines. Pintard accuses government of neglect, claims government on abysmal failure on Hurricane Dorian relief of Grand Bahama. Pintard brushes off F&M convention talk. BPL upgrades will lower bills, CEO says. And the economy needs home repairs, top issues for voters ahead in by-election. And I guess the by-election in West Grand Bahama and Bimini is starting to heat up a little bit. I see a notice that the PLP's candidate will be launching today. Backdated revenue on the business section. Backdated revenue, cruise departure tax to propel government revenue. Government months behind in releasing fiscal report, says Thompson. Chamber wants more collaboration before government policy implemented. BDB $30 million capitalization to go towards innovative businesses. Look like gas coming down and staying the same. Rubus at 617 and Esso at 607 and Shell at 611. But we need the gas to come down. So what are your views out there on what's going on in the by-election? I see that the FNM, Ricardo Grant, and he made some remarks and talked a little bit about and I don't know if people misunderstood. I don't know if I misunderstood. But when he said my pocket's short, I ain't no money for this and all that. I don't know if he's trying to say he broke, I think he's really trying to say, listen, I ain't about to buy fridge and stove. And we, the other day, talked about that on the show. And the only reason I brought it up, not to even get into the by-election so much, but I don't mind. We can talk about that. Tell me what you want to say about it. I have no problems. But we talked about that, about what I call selling your soul for a vote. So I got to buy you a fridge or a stove for you to vote for me? Or give you $100 on vote day? And let's say I put that in one T-shirt and give you $100 on election day. You can spend that before the day, and that's it. Your 5 years investment is $100. Or your 5-year investment is a fridge or stove. And I mean, granted, a fridge or stove will last you many, many years. But that's your investment? I don't know. I don't know. Shouldn't we look at what the candidates will do for the community? Shouldn't we look at what the candidates will do for the people of that constituency, as opposed to buying me a fridge or stove? What can you do to make the constituency safer? What can you do to create jobs? What can you do so I can make my money and buy stuff for myself? I don't have to be a handout. Because I believe you give me a fridge and stove, you believe you own me. If I give you a fridge and stove to vote for me, you got to be with me. You got to be loyal to me. So does that make sense? Texter, great show as usual. I know I ain't buying no one no fridge or stove, and I ain't eating no one corn. And I eat, I one thing for me, feed me. But seriously, I have a problem. And maybe that's why I can't run for no house. Because if you come to me, tell me I got to buy you a fridge or stove. All right, if I got to buy you a fridge or stove, I have a problem with that. Nah, the entertainment part of while we be going through the campaigning and talking about the issues, you have a little grilling, chilling, a little fun. Yeah, that's good, man. That's fine. That's camaraderie. That's camaraderie. And most times that's for supporters who are going to come around to feel good about the candidate or to feel good about what's going on. But that ain't gonna buy votes. Having some grilled chicken and pork and hamburgers, hot dogs and drinks, that ain't buying no drinks. That ain't winning no drinks. That ain't winning no votes over. We know that. That's just camaraderie. That's some entertainment. I have no problem with that. That's fine. That's good stuff. And then you talk about the issues and you go and talk. But man, I have to come and give you $100 to go mark your ass for me. Man, I can't live with that. I can't deal with that. Buy you a stove, buy you a fridge, air conditioning. Should they do that? What I don't have an issue in reference to assisting in some roof repairs, because thousands and thousands of homes in Grand Bahama, and particularly West Grand Bahama and Bimini, need roofs, need repairs, have not gotten the repairs from since Dorian. Some were under the previous government, I'm told. Some were, some few thousand, but still more that needs to be done. So if you come in to give a little helping hand to a supporter or somebody, okay. But that's something social services has been doing. The government should have done a long time ago. And when I say the government, I don't mean the particular party of that. I mean the government. The government. Not the PLP, not the FNM, the government. The ministries. And there's a difference, you know. You got to know the difference. There's a difference, or there's supposed to be a difference. But like I say, it's fine to help out. You know, I come there, I see your roof leak. I can't leave out your house and know your roof leak. I can try to help you a little bit as best I can. I may not be able to put a hole, but maybe help you and stop that leak or something, or do something. Yeah, I can live with that. But I ain't doing it for you to vote. I'm doing it because I feel for you. I feel the compassion in my heart for you. But then that too is a thin line. That too does make it a thin line. So I'll be interested to see what you think about that. How you feel about that. You know, I heard rumors saying to coming out of that area, and I only heard rumors, so it's alleged. It may not be true. Don't quote me on it. Don't carry me to court on it. But they tell them, don't come unless you bring the bike. What that mean? What does that mean? And then you got some people who come and say they want this, they got this much influence, they could do that, they could do this. Man, they can't even influence their own people in the house. And then the cost of everything on an election will go up. If the man can charge you $1 for to do something, now it's $10 because he know election money flowing. Do we need, and I say in all of this to bring up the key question, do we need election finance reform? Do we need some kind of law to say this is what you can spend, or you have to account for what you spend? You have to show where you get your money, who gives you the money, who's your donors, how much they give you, and then you show how you spend that money. Basically give it a report. I think the Americans do it. They have the super PACs and all that, and they raise all these millions of dollars. And they announce how much they raise in January and February and March and April and May and so on and so forth. Do finance reform. Now, it depends on who you talk to. I believe in it. I believe in bringing accountability to what you spend in an election. That's Pearlie's belief, not who Pearlie represent or anything. That's Pearlie's belief. Let's get that straight. But there's some people out there who don't want that because that means they get cut out. That means they lose out. Is that the way you want to go? Did Mr. Pintard make sense when he say accuses the government of neglect, claims government abysmal failure on Hurricane Dorian relief at Grand Bahama? You got a caller. Caller, you on the air. How you doing today?
Quite well.
What's up?
I think you're making a big mistake here, you know.
And how?
If the fellas don't give an account when they're in the house, how you want them to give an account during an election?
I only asking the question, you know.
No.
I only asking the question. I want to know what you giving me your opinion. You giving me your opinion on it.
No, police stop being fooled. I mean, the guys don't even have to give an account for the $150,000 consistency allowance.
They're supposed to. They have to put in a report to get that money.
No, see, supposed to, and what you're supposed to do, it's like there's an eternity between those two things in this country.
Okay.
Now, up to now, be more satisfied with them telling us stuff. Okay, but I think it's going to change, you know. But I like your points of interest.
I scared. I can leave that right there. I can try to figure out where you're coming from.
Okay.
No, but no. I understand what you're saying. You know.
Yes.
And you make a point in things that that these fellas aren't being accountable. They do whatever they want to do. And we expect the other politicians to hold them accountable, but it should be us, the average citizen, holding them accountable. Because we need to hold both accountable at times.
Hey, we have an ongoing example right in the front of our face. We drive past every day now. Out in Bailey, the school.
Yes.
It's still there.
Oh, they haven't cleaned it up yet and started the rebuild?
No, they just talk, and then, you know, it's like ain't nothing happening.
Wow.
We see. I think it's us. We're the problem. Ain't that fellas? You know, that fellas only giving us what they think we want.
Or will we allow them to give us?
They come down to the same thing, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, you get what you pay for, or you pay for what you get.
Point.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
And when the guys go down to Grand Bahama to spend any kind of money, they spend public money, you know.
Okay.
You know, private concerns in there.
So it ain't nothing special done. If they open that government complex, that's the public money. If the Ministry of Works or the Ministry of Social Services come there to repair your house, that's the public money. So ain't nothing special being done. So let me ask you this before you say now.
Okay.
So since it's and all that stuff, the personal money is the fridge and stove then?
Say it again?
Since we're using the public funds to do the repairs, to do whatever other stuff that they allegedly are coming down to do.
Yes.
So the personal money is the fridge and stove. That's what you're trying to tell me.
See, now, if you want to discuss the issues, right?
Uh-huh.
In terms of how those guys really make their money. You know, how, like, you know, they don't start no new businesses, right?
But okay.
You can actually check the guys' accounts in Parliament as they go into it and they come out of it, right?
Uh-huh.
And try to get an understanding as to where they made their money from. The only place it could have come from was the public treasury.
But let me ask you this: they have by the end of March every year they have to put in their disclosure, the public disclosure. But why don't the media? Why don't we Joe Public, Jane Public, questioned how my boy could come into the house being worth $500,000 and next year he worth $1.2 million, and we don't question it.
Okay.
And he's making $28,000 a year as a member of parliament and an additional
Let me
say
tell you-
60-some thousand. So he ain't making more. He ain't making $100,000 a year if he was a minister.
No. I'll just put this on your table. Okay. You get real popular, right?
I listen.
And you get to be a real voice in the community.
Uh-huh.
Almost as a conscience, folks turning in every day and you want to hear what Twilly got to say. I know that there are two persons who receive substantial government appointments, and they ain't saying nothing more. Now, that's a demon you could probably have to face one day, because if you get that popular, there may be a red plate in your future.
Boy.
Anyway, have a good day.
Thank you so much. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Mr. Producer, let's take our first break. When we get back, we can talk. You know what? Before we do it, let's take this next caller. Caller, you on the air. How you doing?
Hey, good afternoon. How you doing, man? Good afternoon to you and your listening audience.
Thank God for life. Thank God for pain.
For life and pain?
Well, see, I figure at my age now, if I feel in pain, I know I'm alive. So thank God for pain. How you doing?
I wanted to touch on some stuff.
Okay.
First of all, I want to touch on the by-election, if it's okay with you.
I don't mind. We talk about anything. I good. As long as you ain't no slander, libel, nothing like that, we good.
Okay. What really irks me, I see this administration, it really bothers me to see how they have so much care for the people now, how they care about the people in West End and Bimini now.
Uh-huh.
You know what was so troubling? Obadiah Wilson, the late Obadiah Wilson.
Yes.
He had always tried, tried. Sometimes he mightn't have got it done, but he always tried. And, to see how this administration tried hold him back in the nation, first of all.
Yeah, but that was interesting because he had people come up and demonstrate and petition and stuff for him to get the
do all of
nomination.
that.
I remember that clearly.
A senior member.
Yeah.
He was a senior member, you know.
Uh-huh.
And had to go through all that just to get the nomination. But what was so sad is that he was the minister of social service.
Yes.
And somehow this administration, the prime minister and who else, put a hold him back from doing things for the people.
Okay.
Now all of a sudden they want to fix the people's roof. They love the people of West End and Bimini all of a sudden.
Time to vote. Time to get that vote.
But what's so cool about it is they didn't see the need for those people to get the houses fixed. Once the people had a minister, social service.
Okay.
They did they party politics tricks, and they hold the former member of parliament back. Make sure he didn't get no success, because they probably fear a takeover from him and Glennis Hannah Martin.
Okay. You think so?
That's my belief.
You think so? That's your belief? Okay.
I think that the prime minister and the deputy prime minister was fair. Was fair of Obi Wilson and Glennis Hannah Martin, because they're not so popular. They're not so popular with the voters, and they definitely ain't popular now with their own supporters.
I heard some things. That I found quite interesting.
These supporters nowadays, I remember people who I campaigned against, and people who would if I said something bad, but the PLP, they would that was the ultimate sin for them. Now they're telling me how no good their party is, and how no good these leaders is in their party.
Wow.
And I saw it not just from the persons I rubbed shoulders with, but I saw it with the persons them when they had the nomination
Okay.
over there at the PLP headquarters, and they had scores of people calling for the prime minister head. Say, Brave gotta go.
Gotcha.
So you see the relationship they have now. With,
Yeah, but one thing, let me tell you something with politics in this country. I don't trust that, because at the end of the day, plenty of them still going right back home to vote the way they want to vote for their party. They may be shouting that because they're mad that night, but couple phone call, couple conversation, and plenty of them going right back there and forget they even shout that.
I don't think that can be the outcome. I don't
think so?
They can go right back and vote, because what happened is these people so angry they can't even wait for the PLP convention. They want to get rid of Brave and that Fred Mitchell, the chairman.
Well, I heard a news story yesterday that they don't anticipate anybody challenging for the leadership in terms of the leader, the deputy leader of the party. But from the chairman go down, and quote, I can't quote him, but paraphrasing, he said, "We'll see."
The chairman knows his job. His job is on the line. He knows that their supporters is not in tone with him. He is not in tone with their supporters. He knows his job is on the line.
Think so?
And don't mind the prime minister and the deputy prime minister expecting for no one to challenge them.
But you ain't in the body. You ain't in the body. How you know? They make the mind you don't get in their business. How you know that?
No, I ain't their business. I just relay into the Bahamian people what they come and bring to me.
What you hearing on the ground?
Come and bring to me.
Okay.
Like, they angry and they don't want to see him.
Wow.
They don't want to see this leadership in place. And matter of fact, somebody told me that they wish Shane Gibson had gotten a nomination and ran that seat, because Shane Gibson would have been an excellent leader.
Okay.
I don't know. Sometimes when people come and tell you something, they could either be high or they could be drunk. When they say excellent leader, I was saying the person was high and drunk. So I say, but
he's a good man.
That's
He's a good man.
Business. That's
still their business.
It just irks me to see that, they have so much love for the people of Western and Bimini. And I really hope the people of Western and Bimini do not be fooled.
So they really, I got to go down there. I want to see if they really paved the roads for true.
Oh, they can pave the road with gold to try and trick those people. But not just the PLP. I shame for the way they treated the people of Western and Bimini, and want to get their support. But somebody, I have one fellow what is called the CDI. Say there is a basket case.
Oh, that's called the what? COI?
It's called the CDI leader.
Oh.
A basket case. And they say the deputy leader is 2 times a basket case. But I was surprised to see the CDI wanted to get down there. Lincoln Bain wanted to get down there.
He's running again. I understand. I've seen pictures. I've seen, WhatsApp. You see pictures coming around, floating around of he got posters and billboards up. And he campaigning hard. And I see him a picture with him saying when woman is his auntie and the woman family come in.
He was called out on that. He was called out on that. The lady sent out a nice WhatsApp or Facebook message to say, she's ashamed to see that, people are coming and use the people them to get support, and when it's all over they totally abandon that community. So I really feel bad to see that this is being played on the people of Western and Bimini.
I got
you. And if anyone in Western and Bimini could hear this under the sound of my voice, I honestly think that I sure the best thing for them in Western and Bimini is the Bishop Ricardo Grant. I think the Free National Movement under the leadership of Michael Pindar. I think will offer the best for Grand Bahama for this country, because I look at the leader of the Free National Movement. Man, thanks for entertaining me, man. Because when I call Love 97,
don't call out a station name. Don't worry about that, man. See, listen, I can let you say what you have to say. Once you don't talk nothing about that I have to go call the lawyer to ask if it's right. I good, but I appreciate
so much. The minute I call them other shows, I get cut for saying nice things, but
that's all right. Listen, you write your opinion, and when Anton Redfin, he can call and he'll give props to the progressive level party. So I don't have a problem. That's your supporter. You say what you have to say. I'm good.
But listen, Anton, I heard Anton the other day saying that the people of West End and Bimini will reward the PLP, will pay the PLP for the way they treated Obi.
Well, time will tell. On that note, I got to go to the break.
They treated Obi will come. The people of West End and those PLPs is gonna show the PLP what they did was wrong. With they beloved the late Obi Wisco.
We'll see. Time will tell. They should be announcing, but I got to take a break now. So I appreciate the call. Call back again. Mr. Producer, let's take a break. This has been Pearly. I'm filling in for Naughty and Talking Heads. Interesting conversation so far. This is Guardian Radio. We'll be right back.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Let me ask you a few questions. What's your name?
Pam.
Favorite food?
Steak.
Beer or wine?
Wine.
Is your money safe?
It's under my bed, so I guess so.
Are you serious?
Yeah, why?
Unless your money is in a bank or credit union that's a member of the Deposit Insurance Corporation, there's no guarantee it's safe.
Yeah, but what if something happens to the bank?
Your Bahamian dollar deposits are insured up to $50,000, so you'd still be ahead. Plus, your mattress might catch fire. Then what?
Man, those banks and credit unions are looking good right about now.
Visit the DIC's website at www.dic.bs. Protection for your money guaranteed with DIC.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you get cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy, and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first, guaranteed to pay. Island Games, we like them other jokers, we've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Craving a sandwich that hits all the right spots? Look no further. Introducing Dunkin's newest star, the oven-toasted turkey sandwiches. Made with love and served on toasted sourdough bread, these classics are reinvented with a twist. Sink your teeth into crispy lettuce and white cheddar. Plus, we've added the perfect kick with smoky bacon and your choice of creamy avocado spread or zesty chipotle sauce. Dunkin's got your sandwich cravings covered all day, every day. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
And we're back. This is Pearly filling in for Naughty and Talking Heads. Welcome back to Talking Heads. Quite a good, interesting conversation we're having. I got a text that says, "Good day, Pearly. The new complex in 8 Mile Rock is privately owned, not good." That big pink building in 8 Mile Rock is not the government complex? That's the one we're talking about? I can fact check that. I'm going to fact check that. Because I was under the impression that big pink building in the middle of 8 Mile Rock is the government complex that was built, started under the previous government, previous government, and the last government, and this government. So, I'll fact check that, but just, if we're talking about that, please confirm to me, Mr. Texter, if that's what we're talking about. Because I was advised that's the government complex. And there's a school also being built as well, correct? Or was built and ain't open yet. What? So I want you to text me if you ain't sure. I just want to be sure because I've been hearing it's the government complex. I keep hearing it's the government complex. Continue to listen, and I kind of following the election closely. And listening to it, well, right now only been one-sided, but listening to what the Free National Movement saying, I'm anxious to hear what the government candidate and the government has to say about it. We got another caller? Caller, you on the air. Good afternoon, and how are you?
Well, good afternoon, Pearly. It's Graham.
Hey, what's up, boy? What's happening?
Wait, let me tell you what's up, price of gas, and it probably can get much higher if you see Yahoo go crazy over there in Israel.
Yeah, I see that.
We know I said earlier, 25 years, almost 30 now, I've been trying to weigh in on energy security. Now, what's confusing me, right?
Uh-huh. Now, be very careful. I got to listen to you carefully. Now, go ahead, bro.
The national TV and radio station, I wouldn't call names.
Okay.
How come they're not given the same coverage to all political parties? We have, I think, 3 parties and a bunch of other people running this lap. But they didn't even include one of the parties when they were talking about the parties, and that's pretty sad. I think IRCA should get on top of that for us because.
Well, let me ask you a question, and you know, and in terms of the Broadcast Act, you gotta have 1 seat or 2 in the House to get certain things, and they ain't get 10% of the vote if you're talking about this particular party that's running in that by-election. So they may not have built up the
equity.
Equity, yes.
But, you know, it doesn't matter if they built up the equity. If you are a party that's registered in the Commonwealth, then you should get the same coverage, I think. It would would appear to be biased if you didn't. In fact,
yes,
it looks like a lot of media are trying to cancel.
It can appear if the bias you're doing, but when you fact check a lot of things that have been said, they put in a lot of media into some precarious positions.
Isn't it crazy? But you know, it's also precarious. 50 years and you still got people going to a water pump and no new hospital in the capital or the second city.
Point.
The
And
people in
I
Grand
see it.
Bahama should really think about that.
Yeah.
No new city. I mean, no new hospital in that, what was a new city. It's pathetic when you go and visit. When last you been over there? Don't answer. You think about how it looks. See, and we've had both governments. That's what's cryable. Now,
I ran into Bell Hospital and that got nixed. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, but listen, man, after 4 years, you could have put at least 5 blocks in the ground, poured a foundation, eh?
Well, the man thought he was going to win again and go and hit the road running with the
Well,
hospital.
hold on. What man? Papa? Because we had 19 years of a political party. They could have put a foundation by then.
Okay.
And listen, not one new city in the country.
But Papa built the whole the whole that being at PMH, the critical care unit and all that stuff now.
Lord forgive us because we have sinned. If my mechanic tell me my motor broke up in my car, right? You think I can paint it and put 4 new tires on it? I can get a new car. We should have had a new hospital. But
but if you mash your car door, you can change and put a new door in the car and you ain't getting rid of the car.
You better believe it. But if the motor gone, if it has reached end of life.
But we ain't know if the motor gone. We just know that the door little rusty, the back, the hood little rusty. You got to change them.
No, 1952 to now, that thing has reached end of life. We should have built a new one. But let's look at
okay.
Let's move.
Go ahead.
City.
No, you go ahead, brother.
What new city did we build in 50 years?
City 2000.
City 200,000. Don't lie. You know how much people living out there, and we know who is who. But let's move on. Which island got a new city?
City Nassau. New Providence City 2000.
No, man. What Long Island got? What Eleuthera, Andros? We forget all these out islands, and then we go over there election time begging them for vote. They got to be lost their mind. But, it is what it is.
Yes.
And let's pray that Yahoo don't go to war, because if the Middle East jump on top of Israel, then, the fuel stop flowing. And I don't know if we got a think tank on what we would do with $10 gasoline, because the light bill would be triple. That's a serious statement.
Yeah.
And from 1995, I've been harping on it like a broken record. Notice you don't hear me talking much anymore? And we could have had free electricity from the sun for the solar panels. I believe Mr. Christie said something like free electricity in 2016. They laugh at him. They're not laughing at Mr. Christie, nah.
It ain't happening. I hear you, bro. Take time.
Enjoy it, Pearly.
Thanks. Take care, Graham. Get another call on the air. Call you on the air. Oh, I guess that caller didn't take us no more. I guess you got to wait for him a little bit, caller. I guess they're trying back now, Mr. Producer. Call you on the air. Hello? They really cutting up with us today, Mr. Producer. No? All right. That's an interesting. Let's read this text. That's quite interesting. So the person text back is owned by certain prominent business guys. I can double check that, because you're very vague in that, and I can make a phone call and I can try to find out if that's true, because everybody's saying that's a government complex. But we'll find out. Call you on the air.
Hey, what's your name now?
Good looking Earl. Pearly. Yeah.
Okay, I was listening to Graham a while ago, right?
Oh, yeah.
And his question to you was, how come the other person do not have equal share with the media? At least one particular party he's referring to, right?
Fair enough.
My answer to him would be because they burned their bridges with the media.
Okay.
There were times when and still is, you know, you only have to be in these groups to hear how bad they just talk. But the media, I mean, if you're trying to burn your bridges, talking bad with the media, and you're still looking for airtime with these same persons, something has to be wrong with that, right?
It's a skill. It's a skill on how you. All right. If you want, and pardon, I'm not not in the literal sense, but if you can cuss the media, you got to have a skill on how to do that without offending them. It's nothing wrong with challenging the media if they do something that is incorrect. If they say, you call them and say, hey, you know, you were not right there. You gotta correct that, and then you see the next day they print a retraction or something or a correction to the story. That's how you properly handle it. But when you want to talk bad with them and carry on bad with them and call them all kind of things and everything, then they don't cover your story. Why you getting vexed?
They ain't just talking because they ain't covering the story. They talking because of what happening in the country. They blaming the media. You know what I mean? And they has been doing that for some time now.
Listen, I blame anything that's going wrong in this country is us. Us, we the behemoths. We won't blame the media. We won't blame the politician. But the politician only can get in the House of Assembly if you vote them in.
Anyhow, what I would like to say in closing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Instead of they trying to, you know, they just ain't get it. You know, they just not getting it.
Well, you know, anybody know me, I'm not an advocate for third parties, so they'll be mad at me.
Well, you know, so they campaigning, right? You have to know how to go about it. You know, you can't be trying to insult people, cuss people, piss people off, and have a problem that I'm not understanding you and know where you know, what your body all about other than this carbon credit and $1 million or whatever amount of money. You got to be moderate than that.
Fair enough.
Okay?
Yeah.
You know, try to make me to understand, you know, not just be,
don't tell me
this,
it's time. Don't tell me it's time for change and you can't tell me what change are you looking for.
You see what I'm saying?
I got
Other
you.
than
Understood.
the same old nonsense about foolishness. That's how we going to come into that. What, you know, make sense, man.
I hear you.
And they, boy, look here. I'm serious. On a serious note, they just a bunch of idiots. Who don't even, they're not even rated by the media nor nobody.
Oh, boy.
You know?
I understand. I hear you. Loud and
That's
clear.
just my part. You know?
Okay, thanks for calling. You take it. We got another call on the air. Caller, you on the air.
Hey, Pearlie.
Hey.
Yeah, man. I think what Graham and need to understand is that those third parties are just like a sideshow, you know, and you know, like when the professionals come out, then they give them a little sideshow to just keep the people entertained. So
Okay.
I mean, you know, if you can't even get a seat or muscle up so much support in the election, why would you even? I mean, why would the media even entertain you? I think they just need to probably, I don't know, do they Facebook Live? They love to do that.
But see, my view is, and this is only Pearlie's view. Let's get that correct. I said that there. I believe in this country, our good Commonwealth of the Bahamas, in the Bahamas, that third parties will not and do not work. Will not make any headway because the donors, the fellows who can write that little check to support the party, either can support the PLP or the FNM. Support the FNM or support the PLP.
Yeah.
They're giving the money either to the FNM or they're giving it to the PLP. They're not going to be given another party because they don't have that faith yet. Now, if the PLP folds up and they take over, that's a different story. But in terms, and so I don't think is and history has proven it. The CDR came, made a good little dent in terms of getting the media coverage and all that. And what happened in the 2002 election? Wiped out. The DNA came and made a little move, and what happened? Didn't win anything. Did well, and basically may of course the FNM the election in 2012, but come back in 17, wiped out.
Yeah.
See, the last party, say they were the coalition of independents. They weren't a party per se. Got some votes, but didn't win anything. Most of them didn't win the deposit back.
They was just spoilers.
And some of them may have been spoilers. So my whole point on that is, I don't see it. And then, you see, the point is you may come out like the DNA came out and made a good run in 12, but couldn't sustain it because they couldn't get the financing to sustain it.
Yeah.
That's my view.
When those third parties get financing, they satisfied with that. They pocket that and they don't.
But I don't know if you do it. I can't let you say they do that because you ain't got no evidence of that. But I understand the point you're trying to raise. So
my thing with campaign financial reform. We see right now, right? Persons do go in politics and they come up. They start. I see persons going in politics with $60,000. When they clear the asset, and a couple of years later, 5 years later, when they run again, they in the millions.
But listen, it don't work for everybody. I was cleaning up. My dad passed, and I was cleaning up the house and trying. I still ain't. Be tell you, he been dead 5 years. I still ain't cleaned out his closet yet. But that's a different story for a different day. But I found an old bank book,
right,
that was dated in this late 60s, early 70s. So, and I saw these deposits, and I saw this good amount of money on an account, right, for that time of the year now, all right? It may be small for this time of the year, but this time in 2023, but back in 1970, 71, I saw that. And then I saw the account, what it looked like in 1977 and 70. And my dad went in the House Assembly in 72 and came out in 77. And what I saw happen, how that bank account dipped and dipped and dipped and dipped and dipped and came from a nice figure to zero. But it ain't wait for all. But I got another call on there. I go in on that one. Thanks.
Thanks for your time.
All right, there. How you doing?
Hello, Pearly.
Yes, sir.
They say by the third parties, the CDR and then the DNA, and now the COI or whatever. But when the DNA was there, Papa gerrymandered Branwell McCartney's seat in Bambutan and caused him to lose his seat and switching half of it over into Nassau Village with Craig Butler and them. But the DNA had significant amount of votes in that election that caused Papa to retire. So, the frustration of gerrymandering and everything caused that third party not to be around.
Well, I know how much gerrymandering is work. I don't know how much it is work. It used to work back in the day. In this country, I don't see it like that. I know in other countries and some other countries, Caribbean countries, certain areas remain, like in Jamaica, certain areas that PNP or JLP.
You hear what I say?
Yeah.
Bambutan, but
I hear your point.
Was doing a very good job and had all the old people, the best representation around that kind of time, going out and enjoying their life and everything. He split Bambutan in half and take half of Branwell McCartney voters and switch them over in Nassau Village. But Branwell McCartney and the DNA had significant amount of votes.
They did. No, they did.
Them to lose.
Yeah, and that's a bit of an argument. You check some of the seats in there that they took
check
seats.
The figures.
They took votes. Yes.
Check the figures.
Yes, you're right. They took votes from the Free National Movement in 2012. Yes, they did. I'm not running away from that. They did, and they may have cost them the government, or they at least cost them a number of seats. But my argument on that is they could not sustain that into the next general election. Because the real donors, the fellows who writing them checks, either get it to the FNM or to the PLP. It's own. But it ain't gonna be nothing to sustain. And this I only talking about what it costs to run a general election straight up. The headquarters, the electricity, cable, T-shirts, hats, rallies, stuff like that. The straight up stuff, not the fridge and stove, the straight up stuff. That ain't easy, that ain't cheap. And if a man giving you a ton of money towards a general election, he want to see that you in the money. He want to see that you in the money. It's been a great first 1 hour. When we come back after the news, we'll be talking sports. This has been Pearly filling in for Naughty. We can take a break, get those sponsors in, then we'll have the news, and we'll be back to talk sports right after 5 o'clock. Thanks for listening. Talking Heads with Naughty.
Your pumpkin favorites are back at Dunkin'. Indulge your pumpkin passion with fresh baked pumpkin spice donuts, mouth-watering muffins, and delightful munchkins. Or sip a Dunkin' pumpkin spice signature latte made with a rich blend of espresso, pumpkin spice, and vanilla flavors, all topped with whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and cinnamon sugar. Available hot or iced, Dunkin' offers the ultimate pumpkin coffee experience. Head to Dunkin' today. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'. wherever you are in the world. Cleveland Clinic's world-class care is here for you. From Ohio to Florida to London, Cleveland Clinic treats thousands of patients every year. Ranked number 2 in the world by Newsweek, you can trust our caregivers to enhance your experience across each step of your treatment journey. For every care in the world, learn more at clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Refined style with elegant taste. Then fine threads is your slacks hemmed or just taking the waist. Then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video. Wanna step out and look great? Then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste. Then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
At Kalina, we want to be a part of your journey. Come, share your dreams and goals with us. Whether you're getting married, planning for that new home, switching careers, counting down to retirement, or simply wanting more confidence for life, we are here to listen. Let's plan for tomorrow, today. No pressure. Just a chat between friends. Visit Kalina.com and connect with an agent today. We are waiting to hear your story.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
The new KFC nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat. Unlike the no-gets, at KFC, we hand bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets, in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
This is Guardian Radio, News, Smart Talk, all day.
And Nikki, you know I was trying to get to the news before the news start. Still got a few more minutes to talk, and I got a couple of texts I'm going to touch bases with. Brandville lost his vote when he went into the Senate by Mrs. Butler. That cost him. And some people said that, some people said that he shouldn't make that move. And some people within his own party didn't like that move. And, but he thought it would have been best for the DNA giving them a voice in the Senate, and he thought it would have been best for the country. We looked at it in a different way. Pearly, it costs millions to run a good campaign and still might lose. And that's the point I was trying to raise. That's the point I was trying to raise in terms of saying that for a donor to want to give money, he got to know he got a chance to win. So for him to come up with a ton of money and give it to you and you can't win it for him, that's a problem. And listen, we just like that when we put in for teams in sports. If they win, we ain't give it no more, we gain another team. So it's the same way. If I'm giving up $100,000 or $1 million or here to support a political party, I would know they got a chance to be the government of the Bahamas. I don't need a show. I don't need them to say, oh, they did well next time maybe. And mind you, the F&M took beating from they formed in 71 till 92. 20 years of cut behind. 20 years. But it was really just those two significant parties, the PLP and the F&M. So the people who supported the F&M thought that the party would be the government and continued to support it until one day the people in the Bahamas said, okay, you're short in here. So we got in 92 and 97, now we've been flip-flopping ever since. But that's how the donors, and so when you talk about we want change, we want this, we want sense that how these people who spending their money, you can't tell me how to spend my money. I want to spend my money here, I want to spend my money here. And you can't get mad at me and say I don't want change because I may not believe in that. I may believe in what I'm doing. So that's and like I said, it's Pearlie's view. It's Pearlie's view. It ain't necessarily nobody else's view. Pearlie's view. So when we talk about should a third party run? I ain't telling you don't do it. That on you. You could do it if that's what you choose to do. But I don't think that a third party in this small country of 190, about 200,000 voters, can sustain a third party. I just don't see it. We're tribalistic in some sense in terms that we get what we know, and we're deviating, and we ain't trusting it. FNM was a third party at one point, Pearly. It was the PLP and the UBP, and then came the FNM. Yes. Now remember what I said earlier. If the party defuncts and they move up, so the PLP, the UBP folded as a party. The UBP ceased to exist as a political party. They closed down, they shut down, they closed up house and gone about their business. Some left the country. Some members of the UBP joined the FNM, yes. But like I said, so the UBP folded and the FNM became the second party. So I said, if you see a party fold, then maybe a third party can move in. But while there's the PLP and the FNM, it can be hard. It can be hard. And then you had key members out of the PLP that formed the Free PLP that became the FNM. 8 members, led by successor Whitfield, left the PLP, formed the Free PLP. So it wasn't, the FNM wasn't the third party. Let's get it right. It was really the Free the PLP. The UBP folded as a party. The Free PLP spoke to some members of who joined them, and the FNM was formed and became the next political party. That's the history. If I'm wrong, somebody call and tell me I'm wrong. But I believe I'm on point. And that's so. Technically, it was not the FNM that was the third party. It was the Free PLP. Pearly, I told all of you that Fred and Brave would push Shane out of the commission. Shane need to go back and dog up under Fred. He is in charge of the PLP. One love. Point. That's the last text of the day. That's the last call for the day. That's the last word for the first hour. We're gonna go to the news break for real this time. And when we come back, we'll be talking sports. Arizona shocked the world out of me, and in the World Series. We'll talk some baseball, we'll talk some football, and what's back, the NBA. This has been Pearly, filling in for Naughty and Talking Heads. It's been fun. Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. See you after the news.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
The views and opinions of the aren't necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by the Bahamas South Island Promotion Board, BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Kalina Insurance Limited, the Deposit Insurance Corporation, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, Grand Bahama News, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyros.
And we're back. You thought I gone it. Thought I get lost. I take one of them naughty breaks. Welcome back to Talking Heads. It's time to talk some sports, but I always promise to read all my texts. So I'm going to read this last text. Oh, this might be a good evening, you soccer guy. The Dodgers team are now pulled for D-backs. What you say? You talking sports already? Oh boy. Welcome to Talking Heads. This is the sports version of it. It's getting hot out there. It's getting hot out there in terms of sports. The NBA is back. We had the first 2 games yesterday. Yeah, not glad to know the Lakers lost. They have LeBron on what they call this I can call it a pitch clock. So he's limited to how much minutes he plays. Lakers lost 119 to 107. And then the Golden State Warriors had a 4-point loss to the Suns. So NBA is back. Football tomorrow night. Everything is just getting off right now and just booming. So we're having a good time enjoying all of that stuff. I'm excited about it. I don't know about y'all. Will the Lakers repeat? Will the Lakers make it back to the Western Conference Finals and make it to the NBA Finals? Or will Denver repeat? Will Denver be the team that's going to be the NBA champions? Again, what I saw yesterday, mercy. What I saw yesterday was quite interesting. And when I say quite interesting, you see a team get his rings, and you see them come out a little flat-footed, and then you think that but they came out basically right on point for how they won the championship. Triple-double again by the Joker. But before we get into all of that, let's get into the schedule here. If you want to call in, 323-6232, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4316, or 325-4259, 325-4259. You can get me toll-free, 242-300-5720. Or you can text us, which is the text line is powered by BTC, 422-4796. Let's get right into what's today in sports history. Today is Wednesday, October 25th, 2023. Today in sports history, in 1947, the Army football team was defeated by Columbia 21-20. The team had gone unbeaten in 32 games that spanned 4 seasons. They had earned 2 national titles in the same time frame. Army football, interesting. In 1964, Cotton Davidson, Oakland Raiders, threw for 427 yards and a 40-7 victory over the Denver Broncos. In 1964, Jim Marshall of the Minnesota Vikings picked up a San Francisco fumble and ran it the wrong way 66 yards into his own team's end zone for a safety. Wow. Now, that could be embarrassing. But you know what? That was way back in 1960. Much people see that. If that was now, that would have been all over social media. He would have been viral. In 1978, Gaylord Perry became the first pitcher to win the Cy Young Award in both leagues when he won the award in the National League. In 1981, David Woodley, Miami Dolphins, passed for 408 yards in a 28-27 victory over Northeast Dallas Cowboys. In 1981, Brian Sipe of the Cleveland Browns threw for 444 yards in a 42-28 victory over Baltimore. In 1986, the Boston Red Sox lost Game 6 of the World Series to the New York Mets. The winning run was scored in the 10th inning when a ground ball went through Boston first baseman Bill Buckner's legs. I remember that. I watched that. I saw that. I couldn't believe it happened. I could not believe that happened. In 1987, the Minnesota Twins defeated St. Louis in the first World Series to include indoor games. It was the first championship for the Twins. I watched that as well. In 1988, John Elam, Denver Broncos, kicked a 63-yard field goal. The kick tied Tom Dempsey's 28-year-old NFL record. In 1998, Jerry Rice of the San Francisco 49ers passed in his 184th consecutive game. Also during the game, Rice became the first player to surpass 17,000 career receiving yards. The GOAT, the greatest of all time, Jerry Rice. In 1998, Chris Carter of the Minnesota Vikings broke the team record when he caught a pass for his 106th straight game. He also tied Bill Brown's Minnesota record of 76 career touchdowns in the 34-13 victory over the Detroit Lions. In 2000, NBA Commissioner David Stern announced that the Minnesota Timberwolves would forfeit the next 5 first-round picks and would be fined $3.5 million due to a violation of the NBA salary cap. Wow, that's a lot to lose. In 2003, Bobby Bowden, the Florida State coach, became the winningest coach in major college football history with his 339th victory. In 2005, the Chicago White Sox defeated the Houston Astros 7-5 in the first World Series game to be held in Texas. The game also was the longest in World Series history of 5 hours and 41 minutes. The game actually ended on October the 26th. And in 2009, the New York Yankees won their 40th American League pennant. The sports quotes are the quote of the day. The way a team plays as a whole determines its success. You may have the greatest bunch of individual stars in the world, But if they don't play together, the club won't be worth a dime. That's by Babe Ruth. I remember one year my Dolphins had 19 first-round picks, favorite to win, and couldn't buy a win. That was terribly terrible. Ooh, that was rough. That's today in sports history. Let's take a look at what they're saying in some couple of texts coming in. Those Lakers look good, and LeBron didn't mind. They cut down the minutes. More beating for you guys. Big up the D-box. You know, I don't know. When LeBron talked yesterday, he didn't sound like he was too happy on playing less than 30 minutes a game. But if he expects to be there, he needs to manage his minutes. He ain't no young spring chicken. He needs to manage his minutes and stay healthy all season. That's the only way the Lakers can beat in the money. That's the only way. You need to stop giving. Okay, here we go. You need to stop giving the public information. The F&M was the third party in the 1970 election with only 2 seats, and the BDP had 7 seats. A split F&M party, correct. We didn't talk about that. We talked about 1971. So I apologize if you think I'm giving misinformation, but no, I understand that. Yes, they were the third party in the 77 elections when the party split, and then they reformed to become the Free National Democratic Movement, and then they dropped the Democrat and stayed to the Free National Movement. Yes, I know all that history. I watch political history. I know political history. All right, so we're talking sports. So what's going on locally? Jamal Taylor wins another medal. Jamal Taylor wins bronze, breaks the national record. He lowered his own national record by more than a tenth of a second. He swam 22:13 and broke his record of 22:26 in the 50-meter free. That's some swimming. We got a new star in swimming in this country in Jamal. Congratulations. Hall Smith, optimistic about what lies ahead in 2024. He got a taster in the hurdles, so he's looking forward to doing some stuff in the next Olympics. And the field for the Hero World Challenge has been announced. That's the Tiger Woods tournament that is at Albany. Some of the top golfers in the world comes for that, and they announced the field yesterday, and we're excited about that. That brings a lot of be live on ESPN and show all the beautiful waters of the Bahamas and all that, and that is a wonderful thing. So, NBA kicked off yesterday. And the final 10. The Herd is going to talk about how Anthony Davis just got lost, packed his bags, and went home for the second half of that game yesterday. Came out of the shoot, just balling. 17 points in the first. I thought the Lakers down by 7, I think, at the half, or 9 at the half. Cut it to 5 or 4. Really was playing some good ball, and then Denver said, no. This one game over. Davis got lost, did not score a point in the back half. And the question is Davis really a superstar? And somebody said sometimes. Say when last year when LeBron was out and the Lakers were hurt, he stepped up his game. He put it together. He carried the Lakers on a winning streak and took it and helped the Lakers move until LeBron come back and to basically help the Lakers make it to the playoffs. That was fantastic. But now, and no excuse, because LeBron only played less than 29 minutes or something like that. So if they only played them couple minutes, so he's the main man on the court. What happened in the back half? What happened in the second half? Literally got lost. Literally could not find himself in the game. I mean, come on. You want to be a superstar. You just signed this big, I almost said the wrong way. This big old contract. Big extension, and then you're gonna lay a duck egg in the second half. In the second half of the game, that makes sense to you? 17 points in the first half, and then after that you don't score nothing. You look like you can't hit the broadside of a barn. I didn't like that. Didn't look good. Didn't come the way. The way it should have come across. And it was embarrassing to him, and they talked about it, and the Herd is going to roast him today. The Herd is going to eat him for breakfast. And he's not going to like it, but people really talk about him. They really talk bad about him. They really didn't like the way he played ball, didn't like what he did, and it was good. And then you go in the back in the next game, and the Warriors gave the Suns a good run for the money. And the Suns were short-staffed. The Warriors should be able to beat them. But I really don't give much credence to any games before Christmas, before the New Year. because I think a lot of the teams are just finding their way trying to build chemistry. The Lakers can have a really, really good team. I see they got some really good talent, but they a bunch of fellas new. So they have to develop that chemistry, that togetherness as a team. And I think they can be quite fine. How the Eagles had no penalty on Sunday night, but they didn't call none against the Eagles. Naughty and I spoke about that Monday. You know, as a Dolphin fan, I can get into it too much because I don't want people to think I just being, what the word is, with the young people to say salty. I don't want to think I'm being salty and mad about, but it was some, in my opinion, some terrible officiating. Nobody's that perfect. Nobody is perfect. Well, they create no penalties in the game. We always only Christ perfect. So which one of them was Christ on that team? I mean, the way they talk about Hurts, you might think they thought he was the second coming. So Texter, it's odd that it happened. You look at the referee who got penalized back in the day or punished for bad calls. It is what it is. That's a loss. You know, he's crying over it. They have to regroup, do some practicing, and got New England on the weekend. Sounds like Jalen Ramsey's going to be. Hopefully, he'll play this weekend. So that'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, he'll come back and they'll get Howard back. And the Lakers had 5 defensive starters hurt, 3 offensive linemen, and the running back hurt. So that's a lot. That's a lot of blows. So when I look at the team and see the fight that they gave the defending NFC champions and the team that was probably a play away from the Super Bowl title, a run for their money before wearing down in the fourth quarter with the team they had, I have good confidence in what the Lakers can do in going forward and in this season. I have plenty confidence. The Dolphins. Sorry, saying the Lakers. Text you get me all confused. So I have plenty confidence in what I see my Dolphins do. So this can be interesting to see. Next week, Tuesday, is the trade deadline for the NFL. It's amazing how the enthusiasm for trades this year has come about, and then moving into how the MLB and how NBA is be. So it's gonna be good TV, and have your popcorn to watch to see which teams pull off some trades and who end up there. Saquon Barkley name is keep coming up. That the Giants may trade him, and the team name coming up is the Ravens a lot. If the Ravens get him, ooh boy. Texter, hey Pearly, how many times do they play the World Series in a year? Because Arizona going to play in the third World Series. Dodgers first, Philly second, and now they're gonna play the real one that you got to say, buddy. Mind you, when Arizona Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers, I said, and I run it from it, that was their World Series right there. That the Philadelphia Phillies was going to send them home quite early. I really thought the Phillies would have probably beat them and sweep them, if at best sweep them. Worst case scenario would have been a 4-1 win. Arizona impressed me of the guts they got. Excellent managing by their manager. And Arizona has impressed me. For a team that finished with 84 wins, 16 games or so or more behind the Dodgers, to be, and mind you, Arizona came out the gun battling the Dodgers. They were in first place for a lot of the first part of the season. The dog days of summer kicked in, some injuries kicked in and stuff, and then they got back healthy, and now they're responding. So this is their third World Series according to this texter. I don't know yet. I haven't decided yet. The game is until Friday, so I got to think about it a little bit. The Rangers got some good bats. Arizona got some good pitching. A lot of times pitching stops hitting, correct? So it'll be interesting to see. Texas says, I agree with Naughty. More away from LeBron, and then the Lakers will take off. D-backs and 6. Who you going with? Get the deep fryer. Kicking no dogs in the fryer. But like I said, I don't know. I'm a National League kind of guy. So my head as a National League guy is telling me, go with the Diamondbacks. The fact that they're a rival to the Dodgers is hard for me to do, but I really don't like the Rangers either. The fact that a former Dodger on the Rangers is the starting shortstop, okay, that might sway me a little bit. But I'm going to take a look at it. I'll tell you my pick tomorrow. I'm going to take a look at it and see what is what. Because I watched the Diamondbacks pitching shut down the Phillies hitting. And the Phillies had probably next to the Dodgers. And they did that to the Dodgers, and they did it to the Phillies. The number one, and Atlanta would have been the next team, but the top two or the top three teams in offense was shut down by the Arizona Diamondbacks, which is an amazing feat for a wild card team. That was probably better than being a wild card team, but they just happened to be in the National League West of the Dodgers. But their pitching shut down the great hitting of the LA, and they shut down great hitting in Philadelphia. Can they shut down the great hitting of the Texas Rangers? From top to bottom, the Texas can bat. They can bat. Seaman, Seager, they can bat. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what they do. Somebody said to me earlier today, this is going to be a very boring World Series. And it just may be. It may turn out to be, I thought Philadelphia beating up on Arizona was going to be boring, but that was kind of entertaining. And the fact that Houston and Dusty Baker making some comments about Mike Dave Roberts getting beat again, it was good to see him get sent home. Anytime Houston lose, I'm happy. So it was entertaining. The American League Championship Series and the National League Championship was very entertaining. Very, very entertaining. So I'll let you know tomorrow how I feel. I'll let you know tomorrow where I gonna put my little parlay on and who I going with. But at this point right now, the fact that I'm a National League fan, I am leaning a little bit towards Arizona. Don't tell my Dodger fans I said that. But we should probably stick with our National League West team. I can't put for the American League team. I find it hard. So I'm going to, tomorrow when I speak to Naughty, I'm going to tell you who I think will win the World Series, and I'll tell you who I like to win the World Series, which may be the same team, may be two different teams. But we'll talk more about that a little bit tomorrow. We had the NBA kicking off tonight, the full slate kicking off tonight. That was just the teaser. What do you guys think about Wemby, 9,000-foot center coming out of France that's playing for the San Antonio Spurs? They say he's the next sure hit since LeBron. I don't know, but I watch him. He can dunk. He can hit the three-point. He got a smooth jump shot. Well, smooth lift toe shot. He can dunk. He can block shots. You need to put on weight because he can get pushed around a little bit when it really counts. But if he puts on the weight, he'll be fine. And I think he'll be a strong player in the NBA. And this could be Pop's, farewell tour of winning some more championships. How did the rest of the Lakers play, but stayed far from LeBron? Reeves played okay. And I think the Lakers have, and I think Prince hit 4 3-pointers. The Lakers have a good team in terms of the talent. The chemistry is where the issue would be. And so once that chemistry comes there, the Lakers will be in the money. They'll be in the money. I tipsy after all this wine and not wine, W-I-N-E, W-H-I-N-E. Y'all been serving this week. The Dolphins losing. and they call it because they be whining. Yeah, all right. And I, I think that's why I allowed Naughty to do more of the talking about it because I didn't want it to seem that I was whining or being salty or being a sore loser. And trying to understand that a big Dolphin fan and talking sports on radio, I have to be a little more objective. So I was trying to be a little more objective. We lost. Rest assured the Dolphins can beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Germany. And some people may not want to hear that, but that's what can happen. I see the Yankees are showing an interest in Juan Soto from the Padres spent a ton of money, was favored or expected to be in the race and just couldn't do it. And all that talent they got. I did. He should have come to LA when he had a chance, but he ended up going to Padres and it didn't work out well. Machado too came to LA dog when he came to Padres and he ain't been in the championship yet. So that's going to be interesting if the Yankees line him. The Yankees need the bat. They need pitching too. I understand that Dusty Baker's retiring. This was his last hurrah. He's had a great career. on the field and in the dugout in terms of coaching. Great career. Great career. Mr. Medusa, let's take our first break. When we be back, we talk more sports. We get into the picks and into the final 10 with the herd, who's talking about Anthony Davis choking. I can call it that yesterday. This is Pearlie filling in for Naughty with Talking Heads on Guardian Radio. Be right back.
Naughty Johnny's restaurant can only be described as the experience you want to recreate again and again and again. Their motto is simple food done well. You're welcome into their home at Naughty Johnny's, where you can dine on crack conch fritters, and other Bahamian favorites. There's also an international flair that's guaranteed to offer something for everyone. Enjoy a good meal and listen to a live band on their patio Friday and Saturday nights, or brunch on Saturday and Sunday, only at Naughty Johnny's restaurant in the Old Town Plaza, Old Fort. They're open 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. Naughty Johnny's, well worth the trip.
Too many debt bills? Overdue on loan payments? Improve your credit score and credit report with the Bahamas Credit Bureau. Shrink your debt payments with a debt consolidation loan at built-in rent interest. Call 356-7764.
You've tried everything. ASUS with your mother's cousin's sister's auntie, and even hiding your money under your mattress. But is your money safe? Your Bahamian dollar deposit in a member bank or credit union is insured up to $50,000. If anything happens, your deposit up to the insured value will be returned to you thanks to Deposit Insurance. Visit Deposit Insurance Corporation at www.dic.bs.
Protection for your money guaranteed with DIC.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. Buy your local paper at Freeport convenience stores, Western Bakery, DeGregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Want to reach your Grand Bahama customers? Then call Barefoot Marketing at 827-4578 or message them for ad rates via their Facebook page. Advertising opportunities now include classified ads too. Keep up with all the latest Grand Bahama news in the Nassau Guardian newspaper every Tuesday.
The new KFC nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat. Unlike the no-gets, at KFC, we hand bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets, in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
And we're back. This is Pearlie filling in for Naughty today and Talking Heads. Talk a little bit about baseball a few minutes ago. The Arizona Diamondback is in the World Series. I just can't believe that. You know, and I got to catch all the crap about us losing to them. And now I don't feel too bad losing to them, knowing that they went all the way to the World Series. So I can say, you know, the best team beat us, the best team in the World Series. You know, it ain't like it was a fluke, because they beat us and they come right back and beat Philadelphia. So as I say, next Texas says, hey, what Kershaw will do and get out of LA or retire? Kershaw's either going to retire or be a Dodger next year. He ain't getting no better. He's from Texas. And he did say if he wasn't playing for the Dodgers, he would like to go play for the Rangers. That could be a possibility. That can be a possibility. Particularly if the Dodgers are looking at Yokomoto. I think that's his name, the Japanese sensation who basically shut all the Trout and all them down, Mookie and all them down in the baseball classic. He's being posted, and the Dodgers, the Giants, the New York Mets, and the New York Yankees all have a chance of going at him. The Dodgers has happened to be the front runner, and then Oshani. So there's a possibility that they may only bring Kershaw back for one more year at a reduced salary. That's Kershaw's call. The Dodgers want him back. the Dodgers will find a way to bring him back. He just has to say that's what he wants, okay? You know, he's one of my favorite Dodger right now, and he's one of the greatest pitchers of all time. One of the best left-handers since Sandy Koufax. One of the best left-handers of all time. No, he didn't have great, stellar postseasons. He had some good postseasons. He got himself a World Series ring. So, fantastic pitcher for the Major League Baseball, and it's been a good face of the Dodgers. So, I hope he comes back one more year, so we can do it properly, and he can announce that this is my last year, I'm retiring, and he can get his wheelchair and have all the accolades as he travel around the country. Great pitcher, great humanitarian, and plays great ping pong. Okay? And next text. James Harden, what he will do, I think the Lakers should trade for him, and LeBron should be shipped. Listen, as much as I don't want LeBron in LA, I don't want James Harden them worse than LeBron. James Harden is a cancer to our team. Why would you want to bring him there? The Lakers trying to rebuild this team and be putting players in there so when LeBron steps out, it can be a good, young, solid team. You don't bring that old head like that in there. I think you need messing with me today to try to rile up my blood pressure and put me in a position where I don't want to be. But back to that, like I said, Texter Kershaw will probably be a Dodger next year or retire, and he'll announce that real soon. I don't think he's going to retire. I think he's going to come back for one more shot. Because I think that performance he did in Game 1 of the playoffs and giving up all those runs, I think that's going to sting him. And I think he wants to come back and redeem himself. I think the Dodgers want to redeem themselves next year, so I look for them to come back and try to do something different. Friedman, don't try to be the hero and put all kind of stunt. Spend that money. The Dodgers got it. Spend that money. I need a top tier starter and maybe a second tier starter. But spend that money and bring the players in there that you want to win. And you know something? I'll say this. For you baseball fans out there. Dodger haters, Dodger lovers, whatever. If you see the Dodgers go out and go after a top-line pitcher, then they're seriously trying to win next year. If you see the Dodgers don't do that, then they're seriously winning next year. They're trying to wait another year to make some splashes. Oh, I will do that. I'll be upset. So we'll see how that goes. But the NBA, how do you feel? Do you think that can Denver repeat? Who are the top teams in the East? Who are the teams in the now? Mystery Dolphin believe his Heat can be in the money, not this year, not this rush. Two top teams in the East, the Milwaukee Bucks. They picked up Dame Lillard. Or the Boston Celtics, who picked up Jrue Holiday. I think Boston has the slight edge. I think Boston is the team to beat in the East, and I think Denver's the team to beat in the West. But then again, there are a number of teams in the West that can emerge. And on a good day, any one of those teams, the Lakers, the Suns, Denver, all could be in the money. Any one of them, I think, could be in the money, and a couple others. Kershaw will look good in Yankee. It will look good in Yankee pinstripe. Naughty here to talk about that. Naughty don't like Kershaw that much, so I don't think Naughty would want Kershaw there. But the way the Yankees pitching was last year, he probably would want Kershaw there next year. He probably would want. But when I look at the NBA East, all right, then you got the Heat and the Knicks, and a couple others that makes the second tier. But there's a two-horse race in the AFC East. AFC East. In the NBA Eastern Division. Two-horse race. Milwaukee and Boston. One of those two will come out of there into the NBA Finals. That's my prediction. That's my bold prediction. But when you look at the West, and you look at what the West brings to the table, there's a lot of really good teams in the West. Has the balance of power switched over to the West now? Are there more powerful teams in the West? Teams that could probably win it a lot quicker? You got the Denver Nuggets. You got the Phoenix Suns. You got the Lakers. You got Golden State. You can never count out Steph Curry's team. The Jazz got a pretty decent team. When Ja Morant comes back, will the Grizzlies be the team they're supposed to be? Will Ja come back? Will Ja understand that, brother? You ain't being a gangster. You ain't gonna make the kind of money being a gangster you trying to be out there. You can turn down $30, $40 million a year because you want to run down doing foolishness? You want to pull a gun out on Instagram and let people look at it and think it's something? No, man. You are on a pedestal to be on a fast track, I should say, or a track at least, to being one of the faces of the NBA. You brought some excitement to basketball that hasn't been seen in a while, and people were really excited about it. And then you can do stupidness and get suspended for the first 25 games of the season. Two of the viewers might say, I'd have been beating you from here to back to Chippenham and back. Can't do that, Ja Morant. So I hope he comes back. I really do hope he comes back, because that'll bring some excitement. What do you expect from the San Antonio Spurs? Will they make the playoffs? Will the Frenchman, Wimby, be a factor that the Spurs can make it to the playoffs? That's going to be something nice to see and watch. I think the NBA is going to be good this year, you know. I really think the NBA is going to be real good this year. I think we can have some exciting basketball. We can have some exciting. It'll be good to see what the Hawks do this year, because the Hawks is look crappy all year. They make that little run at the end, and then you give you some excitement in the playoffs. I'd like to see them take another step. I didn't realize Porzingis is a Boston Celtic. Forgot to talk about that. Anybody remember Jimmy? But did Jimmy Butler take that stupid hairdo out? He still got that same hairdo. You still got that stupid hairdo? Something wrong with that brother. He can't be serious. You think he coming out? Boy, that'll be something, mate. Mystery Dolphin would die. Mystery Dolphin would just die. Because he think the Heat is the greatest thing since sliced bread for the NBA. I'm really hurt that when I see the Charlotte Hornets, kind of hurt that our brother Kai Jones isn't there. I don't know what's going on with that brother, but I hope it works out and he ends up on another team, because I saw his highlight film. That brother could dunk. He could dunk. He could jump out the gym and dunk on you. So I hope so. Celtics, do Celtic fans. You know what? One time ago in the 80s, when it was just Larry Bird and the Celtics against Magic Johnson Lakers, half this country is either Laker or Celtic. Now, you couldn't find those Celtic fans. I wonder if a lot of them start coming out of the woodwork. No, I shouldn't say you couldn't find those Celtic fans. You couldn't find the volume of Celtic fans that you had in the 80s. Because there are some really good Celtic fans still around. I know a couple of them, It'll be interesting to see. Dexter, the Lakers will broke your heart again. Turn them young loose. LeBron is going to hold the Lakers back. See, while I'm a Laker fan, I don't put my heart into the Lakers like I do for my Dolphins or my Dodgers. So, if the Lakers don't win, I ain't going to lose no sleep. It ain't like Magic there. It ain't like Kobe still there, Rest his soul. So, I'm not as bad as Naughty. Naughty has self-imposed exile from the Lakers because LeBron is there. I'm not going to do it. I can still have a little, when you're mad and you look at her, you look at the side eye, and she look at the side eye, you know what I'm saying, you look at her. I can do it the Lakers like that. I can take my little peep here and my little peep there, just to see what they're doing, but I ain't going to lose no sleep. No. I ain't losing no sleep over them like I've lost over my Dodgers. I've said it. Okay? I've said it. We're going to come with the picks from Island Games in a few seconds. But just looking down again, what can we expect from the NBA this year? Will the Timberwolves make the run like they did last year? Will the Utah Jazz be a better team? What can we expect from the OKC Thunder? Like I said with the Grizzlies, will Ja Morant come back and they'll come back to form? It'll be interesting to watch what Portland does that they've lost Dame. Are they going to be respectful or are they just going to tote beatings? Then you got the Dallas Mavericks. I'm going to watch Wemby tonight. I hear all this hype about him. I'm going to see how good he really is. I just think the fella can break it off. He's so tiny. In terms, he's so thin, but he's tall. So I get a little scared for him sometimes when he get rough up a little bit there. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. And then the Clippers, will the Clippers beat the Kings? Will the Kings be anything to talk about? Will they be the exciting team that they were last year? Somebody picked them as the sleeper. Somebody said they'll be the sleeper team. They'll be the sleeper team next year. So that we got to see. That we got to see, and I'm anxious to see that too. So I think we're gonna have an exciting NBA season. I think we're gonna see some great basketball. some fellas move around, and it'll be good to see. Boston will finally get what they want to get there. Or is this the way to Milwaukee on its way to multiple rings? Time will tell. In the words of Chris Berman, that is why they play the game. So I'm anxious to see that. The next text to come in. Talk about who being accused in the NBA for sexual harassment. Now, see, don't cost me. I ain't sure what's going on there. Is that really happening? Will the Clippers trade for James Harden? He's the front runner. He's the front runner for that. He is the front runner for that. He is. We will see what happens there. We'll see what happens there. Let's look at some picks here for tonight. Let's see what's going on there. Let me help you get your parlay together. Okay? And then once then we'll take a break. We'll take our break, and right after the break, get right into the herd. The final 10. I think that's a little longer than 10, and then right into the news. All right, so you got the Atlanta Hawks and the Charlotte Hornets tonight. I like the Hawks tonight, even though they're in the rush. Charlotte is a team in disarray. The Washington Wizards, Indiana Pacers. Yeah, I got to go to Indiana. I pick Indiana. The Celtics and the Knicks. Upset alert. Even though I pick the Celtics to be a better team in the Knicks, I think the Knicks can get off in Madison Square Garden tonight. And Stephen A. Smith can beat us, so that'd be kind of fun to watch. Houston Rockets at the Magic. I give it the Magic the top at home. The Minnesota Timberwolves at the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors at home. That's a flip 'em. That's only a point. That's a flip 'em. But I go with the Raptors. The Heat will be hosting the Detroit Pistons. I pick the Heat tonight. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they were a really exciting team last year. I think they're going to continue that. They're going to be a much better team this year. They're going to grow a little bit. I pick the Cavaliers over the Brooklyn Nets tonight. New Orleans Pelicans and the Memphis Grizzlies. No Ja Morant. Zion Williams is looking good. I pick the Pelicans over the Grizzlies tonight. OKC Thunder at the Chicago Bulls tonight. You got a former black mamba, white mamba there, chocolate mamba or whatever, villain mamba, whatever they call him, from the Lakers who's there. And then the Sacramento Kings are going at the Utah Jazz. Kings have a really good team. I think they can continue what they started last year and build on it. I pick the Kings over the Jazz tonight. The Dallas Mavericks at the San Antonio Spurs. That's my second upset alert. I think Wemby is his first going to come off and get off. I think it'll be excitement in San Antonio. They're going to be licking the roof off everything. I think that the Spurs will take the Mavericks tonight. That doesn't mean the Spurs are a better team. That's just tonight. The Portland Trailblazers are the Clippers. The Clippers, there's too much for Portland. They lost there. The Portland on a rebuilding stage. I think Portland will take it tonight. Some NCAA. See, football every night of the week. Every night of the week. This is college football tonight. Jacksonville State at Florida International. At Florida International. Let's go with Jacksonville State tonight. And UTEP at Sam Houston State. Sam Houston State has a really good scoring team. I would take Sam Houston over UTEP, but I won't take the points. Okay, only one NHL game tonight. The Washington Caps at the New Jersey Devils. Devils cost me last night, but I think they'll bounce back tonight and do something good. And then you get some MSL soccer tonight. New York Red Bulls at the Charlotte FC and Sporting KC at San Jose Earthquakes. I don't know those teams yet, so I'm not going to pick. It's been a really good day. A really good day. We're going to take our break. When we come from the break, we're going to do the final 10 with the herd. He's going to talk a little bit about how AD just got lost yesterday. It's been fun. I'll see you next week, Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow on the Sports Talk Show. Thanks for listening. Thanks for texting. Thank you to all the sponsors. Thanks to my number one producer. I appreciate you, brother. See you next time. This has been Pearly filling in for Naughty, Talking Heads on Guardian Radio.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. Future Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama, and let me tell you about a deal you can't afford to miss. It's the 2 Fly Free from Nassau promotion. You heard me right. 2 people can fly free from Nassau. Just go to BahamasResidence.com for all the details so you can start your vacay today. There are 10 participating islands with 35 amazing hotels to choose from. You can go to Abaco, Acklands, Andros, Bimini, Cat Island, Eleuthera, Harbor Island, Exuma, Long Island, or San Salvador. There's so much to do on all these islands, you just may want to go to a few. And why not? With the 2 Fly Free from Nassau deal, it's like getting an island for free. Take your family. Go with friends. Arrange a fun out-of-the-box business meeting or retreat. Your co-workers or employees will love you. Or go on an adventure with the guys. Or a girl's getaway from the guys. Or a romantic trip for 2. Whatever you do, you'll thank me. Visit BahamasResidence.com for more information. That's BahamasResidence.com.
Craving a sandwich that hits all the right spots? Look no further. Introducing Dunkin's newest star, the oven-toasted turkey sandwiches. Made with love and served on toasted sourdough bread, these classics are reinvented with a twist. Sink your teeth into layers of delicious deli turkey, crispy lettuce, and white cheddar. Plus, we've added the perfect kick with smoky bacon and your choice of creamy avocado spread or zesty chipotle sauce. Dunkin's got your sandwich cravings covered all day, every day. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Next hour, don't go anywhere. I want to address Anthony Davis going scoreless against Denver in the second half last night. Laker fans freaking out. Instead of being frustrated with Anthony Davis, and I was kind of until this offseason, you know how I was out on the tush push and then I just embraced it? And I say this, sometimes I just flip the telescope and say, I'm not going to drive myself crazy for years. What am I not seeing? So I have readjusted or adjusted my Anthony Davis feelings. Is that he's not going to play hurt much. I know that. It's a you problem if you can't acknowledge that now. He's not going to play hurt much. He's a great defensive player every night of the year. And occasionally he's a great offensive player. He's a very rare historical superstar. He's great occasionally. Magic, Bird, LeBron, Akeem, Shaq, Kobe, Steph. You kind of know what you're getting 90% of the time. With Anthony Davis, you know, if a guy generally averages 27 a night, you get 27 a night. With AD, it could be 40 and 13. Generally, typically, NBA superstars are not like the milkshake machine at McDonald's, where, you know, when it works, it's amazing, but it's about 50% of the time. That's typically how it doesn't work. That's how it works for, like, B players. But you get that with Anthony Davis. Sometimes you go through the drive-thru, it's just not working. And it's okay, because he's giving you everything he's got on the defensive end. He's a little soft, don't want to play hurt. But offensively, you just got to bake this in. And that's just the reality of who AD is. And so can he frustrate you? He used to frustrate me. But even the series last year against Denver, where everybody crushed him, if you go look at the numbers, it's pretty good. But I mean, the last season in the playoffs, where he didn't score 20 one time back-to-back. He'll have a great series, followed by a spotty one. A great half last night, disappear in the second. That's who he is. You just got to, he will invariably also get dinged up and miss 3 weeks. You got to bake a couple of those in too. So, and what happens against Denver, it's really noticeable because Jokic has such a deep offensive game. You get points, assists, and rebounds every night. He's a point center. And because he's so consistent offensively in so many different levels, when Anthony disappears in a second half, it feels like the gap is the Grand Canyon between the two. But the truth is, AD's a much better defensive player than Jokic. Jokic is a defensive liability. AD's one of the top defenders at his size in the history of the league. He's great. And he also can be great offensively. It's that the Jokic is always very, very strong offensively. So when AD disappears, it looks like there's this huge gap between the two. But the Lakers couldn't even compete with Denver without AD. He's vital to this matchup. But I don't get frustrated anymore. I did for years. And then I'm just like, not going to play dinged up. He's going to disappear offensively. I get great defense. LeBron likes him. And he got a ring here. And you had to pay somebody. For years and years, I'm like, move off him. Well, you got to spend money on somebody. How many players can go toe-to-toe with the best big men in the NBA? AD. It's one of like 4. You got to pay somebody. LeBron's older, and LeBron likes him. Here's AD after his disappearing act in the second half.
Started doubling teaming, trying to crowd the paint. I'm missing easy, like little layups around the rim, little jumpers. But trying to make the right play, kick it out to our guys. They double, kick it out to, really hit open three, gave open threes. Just didn't fall. Got to shoot it more.
Yeah. Just if something is frustrating you in your life for years, then it starts to become a you problem. Lower expectations. What's really possible. And you won't get frustrated as much. J-Mac with the news.
Turn on the news.
Live in Los Angeles, it's The Herd, wherever you may be and however you may be listening. Thanks for making us part of your day. We got NBA, Joel Klatt, college football. You Michigan haters, it's going to be a long October, November, December. Going to be a long, you just keep hating. Rick Bucher, Mark Sanchez, J-Mac. What a mood I am in. I'll get to the Warriors in 5 minutes. I mean, everything went wrong. Almost pulled off a win over Phoenix.
We were watching 2 different games then.
Well, apparently.
Chris Paul, really?
How good. Game 7 last night didn't end the way I wanted it to, but are we lucky?
Very fortunate, yeah.
A Tuesday night, and that's what we get. Let's start with this. Denver beat the Lakers. But here's what really irritates me. D'Angelo Russell played more minutes than LeBron. In no world, under any circumstances, unless LeBron's in street clothes, should D'Lo play more minutes than LeBron James. I don't care what LeBron is. LeBron could be 80. I don't care. D'Lo got benched last year in the playoffs. Darvin Ham and his staff, they know what he is. He was in Golden State. 10-year dynasty of brilliant basketball players, coaches, and GM. They couldn't get D'Lo out of the building fast enough. Minnesota gave him away, got better instantly. He was productive in Brooklyn. They got rid of him there. You can't trust D'Lo. LeBron makes everybody better. But there's a certain type of player, Mario Chalmers in Miami, that drives LeBron crazy. You saw some of it last night with D'Angelo Russell. I don't know why they re-signed him. I didn't like it, but I understand sometimes you need minutes, you need production. I even defended Westbrook to the Lakers because I'm like, he'll play 34 minutes hard basketball. But under no circumstances, and I'm not saying Denver's not better. Denver's the best basketball team in the world. They can be very Jokic reliant. KCP was good last night, but I mean, they've got good players, but they only go about 7 deep. They got about 2 guys off the bench, and that is it. They need Jokic to play well and stay healthy. But Denver's better. I'm not denying that. But LeBron, when I watched LeBron, there was a report last year, in the offseason, he didn't love them re-signing D'Lo. And I just don't think he plays well with them. You can tell from his body language. And I remember years ago when I went and watched the Miami Heat play twice live. You watch LeBron on TV and you'd think, like Chalmers kind of wears him out. And then you go watch it live in Miami. And during the timeouts, LeBron's all over Chalmers barking at him. You're like, yeah, this doesn't work. He doesn't like playing with him. LeBron can play with everybody. LeBron wants to play with smart, high basketball IQ guys that understand the game. And so last night, I don't care what the excuses are. You can't have D'Lo playing more minutes than LeBron, Austin Reeves. LeBron loved playing with Alex Caruso. They let him go. LeBron loves playing with Austin Reeves. Got to get him more minutes. So at this point, D'Lo's not a good defender, not like he ever was, but he's not a good defender. In last year's playoffs, he's no longer a great shooter when you need him to. He shot 31% on threes. His judgment, not great. Again, it's Mario Chalmers. What does he do well? What can you rely on? So I don't want to hear about it. That drove me nuts. I know Denver's better. Lakers will make the playoffs. If you go look at LeBron's career, he's always in a better place, and the team's in a better place when he's playing with guys he likes to play with. Chris Bosh, D. Wade. He liked Ray Allen. All right, like J.R. Smith. He actually liked playing with J.R. Smith. Kevin Love loves playing with AD because AD provides things that LeBron doesn't want to have to do. LeBron doesn't want to guard a 4. LeBron doesn't want to have to sit around the glass. LeBron doesn't want to defend the rim. LeBron can do everything, but he doesn't want to do everything. And D'Lo puts pressure on LeBron to do some little stuff LeBron would rather have somebody else do, and he doesn't want to be at this point in his career babysitting players. You got to understand the game. He's an incredibly high functional basketball IQ. So last night is less D'Lo, please, LeBron after.
I always want to be on the floor, especially when you got an opportunity to, win a game or you feel like you can make an impact. But I guess there's a system in place, and got to follow it. That's at the end of the day, we didn't win, but I think for me, my performance and what I did individually and the time that I was out there, I think I was productive. I think so. I was a +7 for the game, no turnovers, so I like the no turnovers more than anything.
Yeah, LeBron's fine. Get him on the floor more. D'Lo less, please. Get to the AD stuff later. I've come full circle in AD. The tush push in AD, I've come full circle.